Hey guys, we're on day 55 of our Bible reading plan, and we are in the book of Numbers. We're in Numbers 3 and 4 today. And as I was reading through, I was just reminded of a few things as I read through the text. The first thing is that even as readers, we're all reminded of who the Levites are. The Levites are holy, they're set apart, they have been given a special job by the Lord in chapter 3. The Lord explains that the Levites are meant to be set apart for the work of the tabernacle, that Aaron's family in line specifically are meant to tend to the sanctuary. And then in chapter 4, we see that each family of Levites is given a specific job to do whenever they break camp. They are given specific roles on how to tend to and care for the articles in the tabernacle, how those things are supposed to be wrapped, and how those things are supposed to be transported. Every family has a job amongst the Levites. And we're also reminded as we read through this, not only of who the Levites are, but who Israel is. When God brought the plague of the firstborn on Pharaoh and Egypt in the book of Exodus, he says, because you did not let my firstborn, Israel, come out and worship me, I will strike down all of your firstborn. And so we have this identity here that the Israelites were supposed to remember are God's firstborn, and all of the firstborn are meant to be dedicated holy unto the Lord. And so the Lord makes a way here for all of the firstborn males among the Israelites to be redeemed. And so we have another census after we talk about who the Levites are, where they're going to live, which is different from the rest of the tribes. They're set apart even in their placement among the tribes of Israel. The Levites are camping closest to the tabernacle. They are going to live in the space between the tabernacle and the rest of the tribes of the Israelites because they are meant to be set apart and holy and dedicated to the Lord. So God is going to take the Levites and dedicate them as his firstborn. So he calls Moses and Aaron to take a census of all the firstborn among the Israelites. And what's so cool is the number is so close to the number of Levites that they find. So when they count the number of firstborn males a month old or more listed by name, the number that they come up with is 22,273. And God says, take the Levites in place of all the firstborn of Israel and the livestock of the Levites in place of their livestock. The Levites are to be mine. I am the Lord. Okay, so there are 273 people short for their number to redeem all the firstborn males that were counted, which is incredibly close. If you think about how many people they're really counted, to just come up 273 people short is sort of amazing. And so God gives them a way to redeem those people as well through collecting 5 shekels for each person according to the sanctuary shekel. And then that money that is collected is then given to the Levites, who are the ones that are dedicated now wholly to the Lord, and it's going to go to the work that they're doing as they care for the tabernacle. And then the last thing that we're reminded of as we read through this, in chapter 4, there's this whole description of what all of the Levites are going to do every time they break camp. And there is a moment here where it's easy to miss, but we're reminded of the fact that they have not arrived at their destination. We just finished the book of Leviticus. God has set up the law and all the commands and the way that people are supposed to live. And now in the book of Numbers, he set up the Israelites in camp, and he set up the Levites camped around the tabernacle in the center of all of the tribes. His presence is going to be there, and it could be so easy for them to get comfortable. But here in chapter 4, the Levites are given marching orders. Each family is given a job to do so that whenever they break camp, they break camp and take down the tabernacle in a way that is holy, that keeps the articles from the tabernacle holy, separate, set apart, purified to the Lord, so that the Lord can continue to travel among them as they're moving toward their destination. So they haven't arrived yet, and it would be so easy for them, now that they have all of this in place, they've got everything set up, to get comfortable. But that is not the plan. And so I'm just reminded that even for us today, this is not our destination. Our final destination is heaven. And so often we work to set up and arrange our lives in ways that are comfortable and that they function well, and we get comfortable and we forget that this is not our final destination, that we are on our way to eternity, and that God is taking us on a journey. We are fellow sojourners, just as the Israelites are here, moving toward a final destination. It's exciting to me to think that God's not done yet with what he's doing here in this earth, and that he has a plan for humanity, that he's still working out in each of us, and that we are invited to take part in that as we interact with other people and as we love our God with all our hearts, minds, souls, and strength, and as we love each other. So I'm encouraged today as I read this. I think it's exciting to see all of what God has done, the way he has multiplied their numbers, the way he has blessed them, and that he's still continuing to be faithful in his promise to them to bring them into the promised land. All right, I can't wait to hear what all of you guys are thinking as you're reading this. Drop a comment in the reflections and have a great day.